Today's session. I'm just going to wait a few seconds for people just to finish off getting connected. I can see there's a few people just getting to their connecting to their audio at the minute, but we'll just give it a few more seconds and then we'll make a start. See, I think Tex might be struggling a little bit to get his audio connected, but we'll make a start while he tries to sort that out. So welcome everybody. My name is Graham Bell. I'm the Director of Digital Education here at Cranfield School of Management, and it's a great pleasure to welcome you here today for this session. I'm going to be handing over to Valentina in a moment to take you through in more detail about the course. But just to say that essentially today's meeting is being recorded. You've probably seen the message already come up on the screen, and that's so you can come back to it at a later date if you want to. And also anybody else who hasn't been able to join us today, they'll also be able to join or have a look at this session. If you've got any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. We'll make sure we answer them as we go along. And that's pretty much it really, but I'll hand over to Valentina, who will guide you through the rest of the session.
Thank you very much, Graham, and welcome everybody, and thank you for making the time to attend this webinar on the MSc in Management and Human Resource Management. As Graham suggests, I'm Dr. Valentina Battista. I'm the course director of this new program at Cranfield. And today I just wanted to provide you before an overview, an introduction about this program, what is the content of the program, and how the next academic year in management and human resource management will look like. I'm going to share some slides with you. And here, you should be able to see them at the moment, right? Good. So as I was anticipating, I'm just going to provide an overview, an introduction about this new MSc that we are really keen to launch in September this year, about management and human resource management. But before going into detail about how the structure of the module, and perhaps you already had an opportunity to have a look at how the program will look like, I just wanted to briefly spend some words about the Cranfield School of Management. As you may know, the business school at Cranfield is one of the world leading schools in management research and education. The university is exclusively focused on postgraduate education, and that's why in a way this is going to also to impact on the kind of experience, the practical experience and the learning experience you will be having by joining us at Cranfield University. We are really focused on providing practical experience and knowledge to our students, together with a strong theoretical foundation knowledge. Indeed, our motto is transforming knowledge into action, and we are work really closely with industry in order to generate the best research innovation. The university, the Cranfield School of Management, is also part of an elite group of schools worldwide that holds a triple accreditation, with also certified the quality of training and learning you will be part of. The university in general is part, if we are looking at ranking, we will see the Cranfield School of Management rank about top 10 in the UK, 32nd in Europe. And there are a range of actually MSc programs that you can find in this ranking. For example, the Finance and Management MSc is ranked 2nd in the UK, 4th in Europe, and 6th in the world. But also the MSc in Management, which I'm going to spend some more words on, you will find that it ranked 6th in the UK and 26th in the world. And the MSc in Management and Human Resource Management actually will share some of the content with the MSc in Management, as you may are aware at the moment. That's why I want to just spend some more words on the MSc in Management as well. As I say, we are really keen to have a strong link with industry, and that's why we focus on applied learning. As I said, the MSc in Management and Human Resource Management will have as a spine, we say some of the module will be shared with MSc in Management. And as I say, you can have some reference about, let's say, the quality of the experience, the learning experience, the training you will be provided at Cranfield. So this the Master in Management this year ranks 6 in the UK, but also in the previous year, you can have like a track record about the quality of the experience and the learning you will be gaining. In relation, I want to also provide you some more detail in relation to how the university is actually trying to manage the current situation and what kind of experience we are providing to our students this year during the COVID-19 pandemic. We are keen to say that we are a university. As a university, we have the lowest cases in the UK university in England. The university has implemented a system to monitoring the cases around in the campus, and as you can see here, that has been done week by week, and to try to make sure also to inform our students about the spread of the virus in the campus. But as you can see, the university managed to contain the spread of the virus among our students, but also among our staff and university staff. So we are really keen to do that. How that has been done? The university takes some measure in relation to providing teaching and ensuring that the teaching has been done in a safe way for our students. But I also have to say that perhaps the location of the university helped in that. As you may know, the University of Cranfield is located in a lovely English countryside. And because of that, they also help in trying to contain the spread of the virus. I also mentioned that some measure has been taken in order to ensure that our students, even during the COVID-19 pandemic, had the similar learning experience the previous year. So what the university has done, we have provided a minimum of 70% of the teaching was delivered face-to-face during term 1. And that was in line with the government guideline. The remaining 30% of the teaching during term 1 was delivered online in streaming session. In delivering the 70% of our teaching face-to-face, in order to do that, we have created the smaller streams in our cohort, so to allow for social distancing. So we had classroom no more than 30 people, 30 students at a time, and that helped in order to have our students respecting social distancing and to allow also for the same learning experience interaction with our student and the faculty as well. We also made this choice of delivering the 70% to ensure that all, in-class interaction was ensured for the student. For the remaining 30% of the class that was delivered online, some of these class still adopted having more stream, so that the kind of interaction between the faculty and the student was kind of guaranteed. But at the same time, we also take into consideration that there are some modules that even without the pandemic actually were delivered online because they use simulation and virtual competition. So the kind of learning that we try, the teaching and the learning of our students, we try to do our best to minimize the impact of the COVID-19. Talking more specifically about the structure of the MSc in Management and Human Resource Management, as you can see, this program has been designed to equip you with the knowledge and practical skill to prepare you for managerial role with a specific focus on the human resource management function within the organization. The management content, as you can see, most of the module will be part and shared with the MSc in Management. And the reason is because being in the human resource management field also imply that you are familiar with the management practice, because will be the best way for you to support the organization towards the achievement of the strategic goal. Because that, at the end of the day, will be the main part, your main responsibility as an HR director, as a person working in HR, making sure that you put in place practices and policies in relation to people management that will actually support the organization towards the achievement of its strategic goal. And so some of the module will be shared with the MSc management, and then you are going to have 3 specific modules, as you can see here: employment relation and engagement, performance management and rewards, talent sourcing and career management, in which we are going to look more specifically to some HR related issue. Well, actually, how we are going to deliver that, what the course will look like, and the organization of the course will look like, and what actually is special, I would say, about the MSc in Management and Human Resource Management, is that we are keen to provide individual attention during your learning experience. We adopt an open door policy, so whenever you have any issue, any problem, you can contact us, you can contact me as the course director. We are keen to foster a close relationship with the faculty. Indeed, once you will be joining us at Cranfield, during your studies, you will be working in a learning team. So we create a team within your cohort, and you will be closely working with your team during class activity and sometimes also for some assignment. This will also sustain the development of teamwork skills. But the other reason is also because each learning team will have an academic supervisor, and that is why we are keen to provide and trying to build a close relationship with the faculty. So you will have a learning team supervisor from the academic staff that will help you and your development during the course of your study. This will also mean that you are going to work in team, as I mentioned, so team working skill, but also you will gain a cross-cultural awareness. The other unique aspect that I should be mentioned about Cranfield University is the level of internationalization. The cohort, you are going to work with people from all around the world in your cohort, which also will provide you an enhanced cross-cultural awareness. You also have the opportunity to practice your consulting skill and also your communication skills. Indeed, during the module and the modules and during the course of the program, there will be different opportunities for you to engage in conversation with people from the practical and from the managerial world. So master classes and presentation from specialists in the field of HR will be organized to share their knowledge and experience with you. And that also represents an opportunity for the student to start to build your professional network. And in relation to the consulting skill that I was just mentioned, there is specifically one module, the management consulting module, in which you are going to be asked to provide a consulting, to deliver a consulting project, working with a real company, presenting a case, and together with your team, you are going to provide some answer and solution to their business problem. Coming to Cranfield and the Master in Management and Human Resource Management is also about building your network and socializing with your teammates and the people you are going to study with. We are really keen also to provide some social event for our students, like, for example, a welcome dinner at the beginning of your study, organizing some teamwork team building activities such as bowling night out, celebrating Christmas together with a Christmas dinner, and also during the lovely summer in the UK, a summer barbecue party. So it's not just about the study, it's also about the interaction and the kind of relationship you are going to develop during your year at Cranfield. Together with what the program specifically will provide, there is also the structure of the university that will support your learning experience at Cranfield. Being part of the School of Management, you will have access to the Management Information Resource Center, which have the most comprehensive collection of resources to be found in any management school. It's not so you are going to have access to the library and all the resources that we can offer to our students. You are going also to have access to the support that we provide to our students for that, and some training as well. So while you were working on your thesis, working on your assignment, you will need to search and for academic literature related to the topic and understanding and the knowledge and new theory, you will be also have access to the support offered by our team from the Merck Center. Together with that, at the university, the Cranfield School of Management also provide some guidance and in order to reach your career goal. And Diane later on will talk a bit more about that. But we, as a service, we also offer one-to-one coaching session. We support you in writing your CV, and there are other services that, as I just anticipated, Diane will later on talk a bit more about that. And after your study, you will be part of our worldwide alumni network. As you can see, we have students, alumni coming from all around the world. And you are going to be part of our alumni networking. At the moment, the Cranfield School of Management count about 67,000 alumni around the world, coming from around 170 countries, and we organize events for a wide range of events each year to keep connected with our alumni. Plus, if you decided later on to take some executive education, you also are going to be eligible for up to 25% discount. So the question is, what are you waiting for? So now it's the time to complete your application and come to join us at Cranfield. I will be more than happy to take any question you may have. And I'm sure that we have some time at the end to do that. Thank you.
Thanks, Valentina. So what we'll do now is we're going to move on to the next section of this webinar, and we're going to talk to Sam Goodwin, who's going to talk about funding and immigration. So over to you, Sam.
Hi, thanks, Graham. Yes, so my name is Sam Goodwin. I am a Student Immigration and Funding Manager. As the name suggests, my team are experts on student funding, such as scholarships and student loans, and also visas and immigration. So if you've got any questions on any of those areas, we are the people to speak to. In terms of student funding, the best advice I have is for you to go onto the Cranfield website. We have a lot of funding information on the website that you can look through. The best starting point may be your course page. So if you go to the course page, there is a fees and funding section, and that has all the best or the most relevant funding opportunities that you can look through. Similarly, if you are an overseas student, then we have country pages for many countries, and that also includes funding information and scholarships that might be relevant for your country or region. So have a look through, there's lots of information there. If you have any questions at all about funding or specific scholarships, please do email us. The inbox is studentfunding@cranfield.ac.uk, and that's in the chat there for you for your reference. For visas and immigration, our inbox is studentimmigration@cranfield.ac.uk. If you are an international student coming for the full-time course, you will most likely need a student visa. And on our website, we have lots of information, and we also have a visa application guide that you can download, and it has everything you need to know from start to finish about applying for the student visa. Obviously, this year there might be more questions that you have. If you are an EU student, do you need a visa? How do you do that? So all those types of questions, please don't hesitate to contact us through the inbox, and we can help you with those. Also, very exciting news, obviously, recently is the new graduate route visa. That has been announced last week and will be commencing on the 1st of July this year. So those people who are in the UK studying their course with a student visa will be able to apply for that in the future after they successfully pass their course. So all of these things are things that we can help with. So like I said, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. I'll be here as well to answer any questions that you have. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks, Sam. Thanks for that update. We're going to move now to get a bit of a student experience of what it's like to come to Cranfield. And I'm going to hand over now to Ronit, who's going to talk us through his experience of studying at Cranfield.
Hi there. It's lovely to see all of you. I've been in Cranfield since September last year, and I've been doing MSc Management. I've got to say it's been fantastic. Thank you, Valentina, for the beautiful presentation out there. I'll actually pick some elements off there and speak about my experience. I think it's a lot to do about the human element, whether we are in a COVID situation or whether we are face-to-face. It's all about how the professors drive the pedagogy and how the students interact with each other. And to that aspect, I would say that there's such a diverse cultural amalgamation happening right here. I mean, my neighbor is French, the other neighbor is Nigerian. And almost every other week or so, I try to learn some new things, almost learn some new French words now. And it's amazing. Not just in the accommodation, it's also in classes. You get to learn a lot about the other cultures. And that teaches you how to interact with them. Also, on that note, it's not just the academics. We have various competitions come up. There was the Unilever competition. There was the Kellogg Sustainability Challenge. All of these challenges are also fixed into your schedule that you sort of are driven towards a more academic and rigorous schedule. And that's very good. Well, actually, on that note, many of the professors from HRM and MIM are similar. So I've enjoyed a lot of these modules out there. The assignments are driven in a way of learning teams in teams of 6. And when you do that, you share this ability to interact with people from other nationalities. And they're sort of like your gang for the entire year, and you get with them, you interact with them, you get to know their faults, their weaknesses, their strengths, and then as a team together we work on assignments, and that's beautiful in the way that this symbiotic relationship works. On that note, there's a lot of difficulties with regards to online teaching. I can understand that. But at the same time, there's so many events that come up, so many interactive events as well. The Cranfield Students Association as well, which is a student society, also holds up regular social events. And to that thought, I'll be very honest, I've really not felt the effects of online teaching get to me till now, because it's just been so vivid and a nice journey till now. So I would say my journey till now has been pretty fantastic. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thanks, Ronit. Thank you for giving us a bit of insight there into your experience at Cranfield. We're going to now move on to the final kind of part of the presentation, really, which is to ask Diane from our careers team if she could come off mute and share a slide and talk us through the careers process.
Absolutely, thank you, Graham, and thank you everyone for having me here today. It's great as well hearing Rohit talking about your experience. I seem to recall we had a conversation either just as you were starting or just before you started at Cranfield, so it's great to see how you really embraced your time here. I am one of the career development managers within the Career Development Service, and actually today I've just started in a slightly new role as well, supporting the employer engagement within the careers team as well. I'm going to talk through how the careers team help you to maximise your time at Cranfield, and within that it's about how we sit within the student experience professional service unit. So they're all the activities that help you to maximise your time and to really complement your academic studies. I am just going to share one short slide with you to give an overview of our activity. I'm going to draw your attention to the bottom left where it says simplicity here, because this is something you'll all become very familiar with. This is our one-stop shop for all careers activity. This is where we will promote our events. This is where the employers and information will go on there. This is how you book into those coaching appointments that Valentina had already hinted at. So you'll soon become experts, I think, at using simplicity as one of your extra services that you use during your time at Cranfield. The whole wheel, I will talk through some of these activities in more detail, but I'm going to jump around a little bit to chronologically take you through some of this activity. So over on the right hand side, you'll see VMOC, and this is that CV critiquing software. This is an excellent tool that we use to help make sure that your CV is ready for the UK jobs market. It standardises things, it makes sure that you've got all the information you might need if you're making applications here, and it really looks at the language you're using to make sure you're best representing yourself. We'll actually send you VMOC and give you access to that before you even join Cranfield, so you'll be ready to really hit the ground running, which is why I wanted to make sure I talk about that one next, because that is something you'll be hearing from the careers team all about. I always see the careers team, we've got two different types of activity going on. So we've got the career development managers who are working in that student-facing role, doing those coaching appointments, running different workshops, and then we've got the employer engagement team who are making everything happen. They're building on those employer relationships, they're maximising those opportunities to bring you the events and activities, obviously all supported by an excellent wider team who make this all possible. In terms of those coaching appointments, we can cover anything for you. Realistically, I always say that I work for you guys. Whatever you need, you can book in an appointment and we can talk to you, usually starting with that CV, making sure we've gone through that for you on a personal note. But it can be anything, looking at cover letters, it could be helping you practice and prepare for an interview. So all about empowering you so that you feel comfortable and that you've got the tools in order to make those applications and to be successful as you work through your career journey. A part of that is the learning packs you'll see on the top left of this wheel. So depending on how you like to learn, we've got different resources for you. So learning packs, it's all written down. We've got example documents. You might be someone who likes to watch videos. So we've got some video tutorials, or as I say, those appointments are available as well. We do workshops, and they are interactive sessions which have obviously previously been face-to-face. We've been doing a lot virtually as well, really making the most of the virtual environment. People have been able to join those from anywhere. We've had some students joining, alumni joining as well. So a great opportunity to really interact and engage with each other. I think the same is true of our employer events, and the employer engagement team work really hard to make sure that we are maximising all employers that are talking to us and being representative of all sort of schools across the university. We run careers fairs, so there's usually a main careers fair towards the start of term, so November time, where you can come along, you can meet employers, you can really go and start networking, and we'll give you the tools and we'll talk to you before that event about how you can really maximise and build on those relationships so that any conversations you have, you can follow up, connect on LinkedIn, and make sure that you can really use that to put in a really compelling application when you're ready. There's evening presentations, and over the summer last year we did coffee and catch up with careers where we had guest speakers as well. So we're reactive to what's going on in the current world. I should say as well, the coaching appointments, we've had a combination of online coaching appointments, and then around all the government guidelines, we've also had face-to-face, and they're resuming this week, face-to-face coaching appointments in a COVID secure environment as well. So being very responsive to what's going on, but still delivering a lot of activity for you to engage in. that's a bit of an overview. One other thing I was going to mention while we are here was some of those outcomes and employability information, which I know everyone likes to know about. So we've got a thing called a graduate outcomes survey, which was conducted in 2018 or 19 for those who completed their studies between August 27 and July 2018. And that tells us that 94% of our students were not unemployed, and of those 71% reported that they were working in a permanent contract. Doesn't tell us whether they're full-time positions, but the type of contract involved. So we've got some really positive outcomes across the university that I wanted to share with you. Hopefully that's given you a good overview, but if you do have any questions, I'd be happy to take those. And I can see that our email address has been put in the chat for you.
Thanks, Diane. With that, we've sort of come to the end of the formal part of the session today. So if you have any questions, then please do feel free to either come off mute and ask your question, or if you've got any questions, we put those in the chat, and we'll just wait a few seconds while we see if any of those questions come in before we decide whether to end the session or not. Okay, so thanks very much. We'll end the session here. If you do have any questions, then please do feel free to email any of those email addresses that have been put in the chat. We'll make this recording available as soon as possible after the session. And thank you for your time. And we hope to see you all at Cranfield at some point in time in the future. Thanks very much.